Good evening. Welcome and thank you for viewing tonight's awards and scholarship ceremony. Tonight, we'll be recognizing our students for their academic achievement for the 2020-21 school year. I would like to congratulate all of our students being recognized tonight. Your hard work and effort has paid off, and I hope tonight serves as a reward for the time you have put into your schoolwork this year. Your increased focus on academics has made a big impact on the overall performance of our school, and for that, I thank you. I would also like to thank the parents of these students. The focus on academics is a direct reflection of the values that you have instilled in your student. To our faculty and staff, thank you for your continued efforts to provide the best education to the students of our schools. I want to recognize and thank our many scholarship donors and presenters with us tonight. Through your continued financial contributions, many former and future Moshannon Valley students have found the pursuit of higher education easier to obtain. On behalf of the Moshannon Valley School District and Education Foundation, I express the utmost gratitude to those individuals and organizations who continue to give back to the deserving students at Moshannon Valley through scholarships and charitable contributions. And lastly, I'd like to recognize the Moshannon Valley Community Education Foundation, an organization that supports the education of our school system. I'm proud of the steps that this group has taken to support Moshannon Valley. We've connected with alumni for many years to build a comprehensive database of former graduates. We've used those connections to invite alumni professionals from all walks of life to speak to our students about their careers. We continue to add to the alumni honor wall personalized bricks to recognize those individuals with ties to our schools, and are hoping that more individuals will purchase a brick to support the Alumni Scholarship Fund. We've received 3 new scholarship endowments and will be presenting the inaugural Helen Sue Rareco Memorial, Nevling Family Mathematics, and Ricky A. Burnt Memorial Scholarships tonight. Additionally, the Moshannon Valley Community Education Foundation has contributed close to $100,000 in support of education at our school since 2012 through teacher grants and scholarships. And our goal going forward is to far exceed that amount through increased exposure of our organization and improve relationships with our alumni and business community. As we move into a new school year, I'm excited about the opportunities that exist for our organization and school system collectively. We are looking to expand our outreach into the community, attract investment through businesses and companies through the Educational Improvement Tax Credit opportunity, and assist families in establishing scholarship endowments in honor of or in memory of loved ones. We will begin tonight's ceremony with the presentation of scholarships. Presenting the Adeline E. Thomas Memorial Scholarship is Dr. Andrew Thomas. Dr. Thomas is a 1965 Moshannon Valley graduate, recognized as the valedictorian of his class, and now a retired physician joining us from Minnesota.
Greetings from St. Paul, Minnesota. I'm honored today to announce the recipient of the annual Adeline E. Thomas Memorial Scholarship. I've endowed this scholarship in memory of my mother, Adeline Eleanor Thomas, a lifelong resident of Madera, Pennsylvania, graduated valedictorian from Madera High School in 1930 and attended Lock Haven State Teachers College, where she majored in elementary education. Her career, which spanned 41 years, began in a one-room schoolhouse not far down the road in Banyan. She was respected and loved as an educator. I can think of no better way to memorialize her service to the district than endowing this scholarship to a deserving student pursuing a degree in education. I'm pleased to announce that the 2021 recipient of the Adeline E. Thomas Memorial Scholarship is Bridget Piedmo.
Thank you, Dr. Thomas.
You're welcome.
Presenting the Alumni Scholarship, Mrs. Tracy Tomasco. Mrs. Tomasco is a district alumni, member of the Moshannon Valley Community Education Foundation, and the elementary principal.
The Alumni Scholarship is given by the Moshannon Valley Community Education Foundation and the Alumni Association through the generous contributions of our alumni. A majority of the funding for this scholarship is generated through brick sales from the Alumni Honor Wall. The foundation would like to thank all individuals that have donated or purchased a brick and encourage anyone who hasn't yet done so to please consider. As part of the application, students were asked to compose an essay on what Moshannon Valley will mean to them as they look back at their high school career. The recipient of the Alumni Scholarship is Joe Spiewak.
Thank you, Mrs. Tomasco. Presenting the Carolyn Green Ball Memorial Nursing Scholarship is Mrs. Elsie Harchak. Mrs. Harchak is a district alumni, member of the Moshannon Valley Community Education Foundation, and the district business manager.
The Carolyn Green Ball Memorial Scholarship is given in memory of Carolyn Green, a 1998 graduate of the Moshannon Valley and endowed by the family and friends of Carolyn. After graduation, Carolyn juggled the responsibilities of being a mother, wife, employment, and schooling as she worked to attain her nursing certification. Shortly thereafter attaining her nursing credentials, Carolyn was stricken with cancer and lost her battle with the disease on November 16, 2016. This scholarship is given to a student that is pursuing a career in nursing, in addition to reflecting the positive spirit and determination that Mrs. Ball showed throughout her life. The recipients for the Carolyn Green Ball Memorial Nursing Scholarship are Grace Spencer and Mara Barnhart.
Thank you, Mrs. Harchak. Presenting the Chamber of Commerce, sponsors of the Scott Beers Memorial Scholarship, were to be Mr. Adam Bailey and Mr. Kevin Wayne, members of the Clearfield County Chamber of Commerce's Board of Directors. I don't believe they are on the call with us tonight, so I will present in their absence. The Scott Beers Memorial Scholarship is presented in memory of Scott Beers, a 2017 graduate of Moshannon Valley. The scholarship is endowed through family and friends and managed by the Clearfield County Chamber of Commerce and given to a senior from each of the high schools that participate in the Life Fast Forward program, a youth mentoring, career exposure, presentation-based program where employed professionals speak annually to 8th grade students regarding their career paths and job responsibilities. The program seeks to provide students with a better understanding of the career opportunities that exist in this region and reflect Scott's emphasis of having a solid technical skill background and strong work ethic. The student recipient for the Chamber of Commerce, sponsors of the Scott Beers Memorial Scholarship, is Daphne Nevling. Presenting the Children's Orthopedic Services Incorporated Scholarship is Dr. John Zeziger. Dr. Zeziger is a member of the Moshannon Valley Community Education Foundation and District Superintendent.
Good evening. The Children's Orthopedic Services Incorporated Scholarship is endowed through the Moshannon Valley Education Foundation from funds from the Children's Orthopedic Services Incorporated organization, which dates back to 1927. This organization worked to provide needed medical services free of charge to families of children who suffered from debilitating bone diseases in rural areas throughout Clearfield and Center counties. The scholarship is presented to a student who will pursue a career in either physical therapy, occupational therapy, registered nursing, or physician's assistant program. The student recipient for the Children's Orthopedic Services Incorporated Scholarship is Mara Barnhart.
Thank you, Dr. Zeziger. Presenting the Christopher A. Souter Scholarship, Mrs. Doris Souter. Mrs. Souter is a graduate of Houtzdale Woodward Brisbane High School, longtime teacher at New Creations Preschool of the Houtzdale Faith United Lutheran Church, and the mother of the late Christopher Souter.
The Christopher A. Souter Scholarship is given in memory of Christopher Souter, a member of the class of 1994 and endowed by Mr. and Mrs. Hunter McQuillan. Remembered as a very bright student, his promising future was cut short just shy of his 13th birthday as he was traveling with a group of fellow Boy Scouts to a fishing outing and involved in a tragic car accident. This scholarship is given to a student that is pursuing some form of post-secondary education and has a high level of school-related and community involvement. The student recipient for the Christopher A. Souter Scholarship is Jonas Mill.
Thank you, Mrs. Souter. Presenting the CMB Bank Scholarship was to be Mrs. Carrie Wood, the Assistant Vice President for Marketing and Financial Literacy of CMB Bank. Mrs. Wood was not able to join us on the call, so I will present in her absence. The CMB Bank Scholarship is given by the CNB Financial Corporation and reflects their commitment to the communities and businesses served by their many bank branches. CMB Bank provides quality financial and banking services to the residents of our school district at their Houtzdale office. CMB Bank is a proud supporter of the next generation of future business leaders and presents this award to a student who will be continuing their education with a focus in a business area. The student recipient for the CMB Bank Scholarship is Alyssa Anderson. Presenting the Dylan Ludwig Memorial Award was to be Mrs. Hannah Kitco. Mrs. Kitco was a graduate of Moshannon Valley and cousin to the late Dylan Ludwig, but is not able to join us on the call tonight. So I will present in her absence. The Dylan Ludwig Memorial Award is presented in memory of Dylan Russell Ludwig, a 2012 graduate of Moshannon Valley and given through family and friends' contributions to the Moshannon Valley Community Education Foundation. Dylan was an accomplished athlete and starred on the Black Knight football and wrestling teams. Shortly after graduating, Dylan was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia and lost his courageous battle with the disease in August of 2015. Dylan's positive attitude and determination to overcome the disease inspired his family, friends, and numerous community members. The Dylan Ludwig Memorial Award is presented to a student whose involvement in athletics or extracurriculars has made them a more well-rounded person, in addition to someone who has overcame adversity and found a way to persevere despite difficult times. The recipients for the Dylan Ludwig Memorial Award are Grace Spencer and Sydney Bubb. Presenting the Eugene Doc Brubaker Memorial Award is Mrs. Nikki Paul. Mrs. Paul is an esteemed loyal knight of the Phillipsburg Elks Lodge, number 1173.
The Eugene Doc Brubaker Memorial Award is presented in honor and memory of Eugene Brubaker, a former music teacher of Moshannon Valley, affectionately known by his students and fellow faculty as Doc. The award is given by the Elks Fraternal Lodge and recognizes Mr. Brubaker's decorated service to the organization. Mr. Brubaker is a past exalted roller of the Phillipsburg Lodge 1173, the past district state vice president, and a past district deputy grand exalted roller to the Grand Lodge of the Elks. The award reflects Mr. Brubaker's passion for music and is presented annually to the top male or female student at Moshannon Valley. The recipient of the Eugene Doc Brubaker Memorial Award is Cheyenne Chatley.
Thank you, Mrs. Paul. Presenting the Frank Stump Memorial Scholarship is Mrs. Liz Stumpf. Mrs. Stumpf is a retired school librarian and wife to the late Frank Stumpf.
So it's okay.
The Frank Stump Memorial Scholarship is given by the Moshannon Valley Community Education Foundation and endowed by the family of Frank Stump, a dedicated industrial arts teacher at Moshannon Valley from 1968 to 2002. Over the course of his teaching career, Frank assisted countless students with projects in shops and inspired in them a passion for working with their hands. This scholarship is presented to a student that will be pursuing a future in either teaching technology education, agriculture education, or the trades industries. The recipients of the Frank Stump Memorial Scholarship are Aaron Wonderling, Jaden Coder, Lacey French, Nick Frey, and Nathaniel Bloom.
Thank you, Mrs. Stump. Presenting the Fullington High School Service Award, Dr. John Zesiger, District Superintendent.
The Fullington High School Service Award is given by the Fullington Trailways and School Bus Company, our school's transportation provider since 1996, and presented in memory of Mildred F. Tilly Fullington and J. Richard Fullington Sr., co-owners and operators of the Fullington Auto Bus Company for over 50 years, and also in memory of their daughter, Ariel Fullington Weisman, past president and CEO of the company, who passed away in January of 2012. This award is presented annually to both male and female students who maintain a grade point average of 3.0 or higher and will be attending an accredited college or technical school. In addition, the student recipients must maintain sound attendance, be active in 2 or more extracurricular activities, and demonstrate a valuable act of community service. The student recipients of the Fullington High School Service Award are Jonna Smeal, Joseph Spiewalk, and Aaron Wonderling.
Thank you, Dr. Zesiger. Presenting the Gerald A. Selinsky Educational Memorial Scholarship, Miss Kylie Dunphy. Miss Dunphy is a college and career counselor at Moshannon Valley Junior Senior High School, working through the College Advising Corps program.
The Gerald A. Selinsky Educational Memorial Scholarship is presented in memory of 1940 Woodward Township High School graduate Gerald A. Selinsky. Mr. Selinsky was a resident of Whiteside and Houtsdale and established the fund to provide an opportunity for a Moshannon Valley student to obtain education beyond the high school level. This award is presented to a student with an intended major in the education field, with preference towards elementary or special education. The recipient of the Gerald A. Selinsky Educational Memorial Scholarship is Bridget Piedmo.
Thank you, Ms. Dunphy. Presenting the Greg Dio Memorial Scholarship, Pastor Christine Rowe. Pastor Rowe is a member of the Moshannon Valley Ministerium and leads the Faith United Lutheran Church of Houtsdale.
The Greg Dio Memorial Scholarship is presented in memory of Greg Dio. Greg was an avid musician and participant in the Black Knight Marching Band. This scholarship is given to a brass instrument playing member of the band and reflects Greg's passion for and talent in music. The student recipient for the Greg Dio Memorial Scholarship is Jonna Smeal.
Thank you, Pastor Rowe. Presenting the Helen Sue Rareco Memorial Scholarship is Mr. Tom Rareco. Mr. Rareco is a 1982 graduate of Moshannon Valley Junior Senior High School and the son of the late Helen Rareco.
Good evening. The Helen Sue Memorial Scholarship is presented in memory of my mother, Helen Sue Rareco, formerly of Ramey, who passed on September 24th, 2020, and given through the contributions of family and friends to the Moshannon Valley Community Education Foundation. The student that receives a scholarship reflects my mother's commitment to community, church service, care for elderly citizens, and strong moral character. The student recipient of the Helen Sue Memorial Scholarship is Grace Spencer.
Thank you, Mr. Rareco. Presenting the Hiller Family Memorial Scholarship is Mrs. Jane Kitco. Mrs. Kitco is the school counselor at Moshannon Valley Junior Senior High School.
The Hiller Family Memorial Scholarship is presented in memory of Fritz and Dave Hiller and awarded to deserving students that will be attending a post-secondary institution. Students receiving this award have demonstrated a commitment to further education, have shown academic promise during their high school years at Moshannon Valley, and displayed the values of academic success, good character, citizenship, and service to others. The recipients for the Hiller Family Memorial Scholarship are Tabitha Gallagher, Casey Ream, Kaylee Fleck, Mara Barnhart, Alyssa Anderson, and Leah Anderson.
Thank you, Mrs. Kitco. Presenting the Houtzdale Moose Loom number 327 scholarship, Mrs. Tracy Tomasco, elementary principal.
The Houtzdale Loyal Order of Moose number 327 scholarship is given by the loyal members of the club and presented annually through the Moshannon Valley Community Education Foundation to a student that maintains a high academic standing, involvement in school-related activities, and service to our community. The Moose is a fraternal and service organization with a membership of over 1 million worldwide. The student recipients of the Houtzdale Loyal Order of Moose number 327 scholarship are Jonna Smeal, Jenna Bowman, and Leah Anderson.
Thank you, Mrs. Tomasco. Presenting the Jeffrey Gallagher Memorial Scholarship, Miss Caitlin Imala. Miss Imala is a district alumni and family member of the late Jeffrey Gallagher.
The Jeffrey Gallagher Memorial Scholarship is presented in memory of Jeffrey Lynn Gallagher, a 2000 graduate of Moshannon Valley and given through family and friends' contributions to the Moshannon Valley Community Education Foundation. After graduation, Jeffrey served his country admirably in the United States Marines. He served 2 tours of duty in both Iraq and Afghanistan during the Operation Iraqi Freedom missions and larger scale war on terror. Following his service, Jeffrey returned home to work in his family's trucking business and pursue a degree in architect, but was unfortunately killed in an ATV accident in the summer of 2013. I am proud to present this award to a student who displays moral character, loyalty, and service to the school and community, all of which are reflected in the Semper Fidelis motto of the U.S. Marines. The recipient of the Jeffrey Gallagher Memorial Scholarship is Tabitha Gallagher.
Thank you, Miss Imala. Presenting the Keno Beezer Scholarship, Mr. Darren Riccati. Mr. Riccati is a 1994 graduate of Moshannon Valley and now serves as the assistant principal for the district.
The Keno Beezer Scholarship is presented in honor of William Keno Beezer, former 37-year executive director of the Moshannon Valley YMCA, and is presented annually to students in the Moshannon Valley, Phillipsburg, Osceola, and West Branch area school districts. This scholarship reflects active school athletic, extracurricular, and community involvement. The recipients of the Keno Beezer Scholarship are Casey Ream, Aaron Wonderling, and Jonna Smill.
Thank you, Mr. Riccati. Presenting the Cruz Spiewak Funeral Homes Incorporated Memorial Scholarship is Mrs. Elsie Harchak on behalf of Mr. and Mrs. Joseph Spiewak.
The Cruz Spiewak Funeral Homes, Inc. Memorial Scholarship is given by Mr. Joseph Spiewak and family, owner and operator of Cruz Spiewak Funeral Homes and Cremation Services, located in Madera and Ramey. The award is presented through the Moshannon Valley Community Education Foundation to a student that maintains high academic standing, involvement in school-related activities, and service to our community. The recipient for the Cruz Spiewak Funeral Homes, Inc. Memorial Scholarship is Nathan Bloom.
Thank you, Mrs. Harchak. Presenting the Les Edmondson Memorial Scholarship, Miss Kylie Dunphy, career counselor at Moshannon Valley Junior Senior High School.
The Les Edmondson Memorial Scholarship is presented in memory of Les Edmondson, a veteran of the U.S. Navy during the Vietnam era. Mr. Edmondson was an avid bowler and active in area baseball and softball programs, having served as a PIAA softball umpire, American Legion baseball coach, and Tenure League commissioner. This award is presented to a student athlete who is enrolling in a college or university and provides an essay that underscores the impact participation in sports or a coach has had on their life. The student recipients of the Les Edmondson Memorial Scholarship are Bridget Piedmo, and Leah Anderson.
Thank you, Ms. Dunphy. Presenting the Major Christopher E. Reed Memorial Scholarship, Mrs. Tracy Tomasco.
The Major Christopher E. Reed Scholarship is presented in memory of Christopher Reed, a 1989 graduate of Moshannon Valley and endowed by his family, friends, and classmates. While still in high school, Mr. Reed began military service and entered the ROTC program at Lock Haven University. He served honorably during a 26-year career with the Pennsylvania Army National Guard through deployments to Kosovo, Iraq, and areas affected by Hurricane Katrina. He was promoted to the rank of major in 2005 and retired from the military in 2014. The Major Christopher E. Reed Scholarship is awarded to a student based on their service to school, community, and/or local organizations. The recipient for the Major Christopher E. Reed Scholarship is Sydney Bubb.
Thank you, Mrs. Tomasco. Presenting the Mary M. Wise Memorial Scholarship, Mrs. Jane Kitco, Junior Senior High School Counselor.
Mary M. Wise Memorial Scholarship is presented in memory of Mary Wise, a former educated from the area. It was Mrs. Wise's goal of helping students from our school follow her path of influencing adolescents and creating an impact in their community through the pursuit of a teaching degree. The recipient for the Mary M. Wise Memorial Scholarship is Bridget Piedmo.
Thank you, Mrs. Kitco. Presenting the Moran Citizens Club Scholarship, sponsors of the Pamela A. Patrick Memorial Scholarship was to be Mr. Mark Dugan on behalf of the Moran Club. He was not able to join us tonight, so I will present in his absence. The Moran Citizens Club Scholarship is given by annual contributions from the loyal members of the Moran Club and presented in memory of Mrs. Pamela Patrick, a club employee who passed away on December 27th, 2020. This scholarship is given annually to students that are entering the military or enrolling in a technical school or two-year associate degree program. The student recipients of the Moran Citizens Club Scholarship, sponsors of the Pamela A. Patrick Scholarship, are Trey Lyon and Madison Finn Reams. Presenting the Moshannon Valley Rotary Club of Houtsdale, sponsors of the Harold E. Zulick Scholarship, is Mrs. Jane Kitco, Junior Senior High School Counselor.
The Harold E. Zulick Scholarship is given through the Moshannon Valley Rotary Club by its members in recognition of and memory of Harold E. Zulick. Mr. Zulick was a longtime member of Rotary and local Chevrolet dealership owner who passed in 2011. The student recipients reflects the Rotary's values of service above self. The student recipients of the Moshannon Valley Rotary Club of Houtsdale, sponsors of the Harold E. Zulick Scholarship, are Grace Spencer and Alora Saley.
Thank you, Mrs. Kitco. Presenting the Nevling Family Mathematics Scholarship on behalf of Mr. and Mrs. Kenneth Nevling is Mr. Darren Riccati, Junior Senior High School Assistant Principal.
The Nevling Family Mathematics Scholarship is endowed through the Moshannon Valley Community Education Foundation and presented in honor of former math teachers Ken and Jean Nevling, who together provided 67 years of service to the Moshannon Valley School District. This scholarship is presented to top achieving math students and reflects Mr. and Mrs. Nevling's commitment to a solid educational background and challenge through rigorous courses in the math content area. The student recipient of the Nevling Family Mathematics Scholarship is Tabitha Gallagher.
Thank you, Mr. Riccati. Presenting the private first class Bradley G. Kreitzer Memorial Scholarship, Miss Kylie Dunphy, College and Career Counselor.
The private first class Bradley G. Kreitzer Memorial Scholarship is presented in memory of Bradley G. Kreitzer, a 2003 graduate of Moshannon Valley from Irvona. Following graduation, Bradley enlisted in the United States Army and was assigned to the 1st Battalion, 21st Field Artillery Regiment, 1st Cavalry Division, Fort Hood, Texas. Bradley was serving his country honorably in Operation Iraqi Freedom Mission, but was killed on May 5, 2004 in Baghdad, when his vehicle hit an improvised explosive device. Former high school principal Jack Cunning remembered Bradley as someone with a tremendous amount of heart and a good student that was a friend to everyone. This award is presented to someone that reflects those qualities, but also the courage, dedication, and self-sacrifice that embodied Bradley's ultimate service to our country. Additionally, the student recipient must have an intended major of environmental science and enjoy the outdoors. The student recipient of the PFC Bradley G. Kreitzer Memorial Scholarship is Tabitha Gallagher.
Thank you, Ms. Dunphy. Presenting the Ricky A. Burnt Memorial Scholarship is Mr. Josh Burnt. Mr. Burnt is a 1997 graduate of Moshannon Valley, a local businessman and independent contractor.
Hello, I am honored to endow the Ricky A. Burnt Memorial Scholarship. Mr. Burnt was formerly of Ramey and was the founder of R&B Contracting dating to 1984. He believed in a strong education for blue-collar workers, so this scholarship is presented to a senior who is pursuing a technical certification within the trades field. The recipient of the Ricky A. Burnt Memorial Scholarship is Jaden Coder.
Thank you, Mr. Burnt. Presenting the Seth Gallagher Memorial Scholarship is Mrs. Joni Litzinger. Mrs. Litzinger is the mother of the late Seth Gallagher.
Gallagher Memorial Scholarship is given by the Moshannon Valley Community Education Foundation, endowed by the family and friend in memory of Seth Gallagher. Seth, 2014 graduate of Moshannon Valley and also the Clearfield County Career and Technology Center, where he completed program. Following graduation, Seth was pursuing HVAC certification, but was taken from this earth on December 4th, 2018, due to a tragic automobile accident. Seth is greatly missed by his family and friends. This scholarship is given to a senior student that will be pursuing post-secondary schooling or training in a field trade. The recipient of Seth Gallagher Memorial Scholarship is Nathan Bloom.
Thank you, Mrs. Litzinger. Presenting the Scott William Reed Beers Scholarship is Mr. and Mrs. Gordon Beers. Mr. and Mrs. Beers are the parents of the late Scott Beers. We seem to have some audio difficulty with Mr. and Mrs. Beers here. If you could just bear with us 1 minute. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to overcome our technical difficulty, so I'll present the Scott William Reed Beers Scholarship is presented in memory of Scott Beers, a 2017 graduate of Moshannon Valley and endowed by his family and friends. Scott attended the Clearfield County Career and Technology Center and was one of the top electrical occupation students. After graduation, Scott enrolled at the Edinburgh University through the First Energy Corporation Penelec Power Systems Institute. While taking classes towards his associate degree, Scott worked for Penelec as an apprentice lineman and was a member of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 459 Union. The Scott William Reed Beers Scholarship is awarded to a student that will be pursuing a degree or other certification within a trades field. The recipients of the Scott William Reed Beers Scholarship are Leah Anderson, Mara Barnhart, Nathan Bloom, Jaden Coder, Kaylee Fleck, Lacey French, Nick Frey, and Aaron Wonderling. Presenting the Superintendent's Award, Dr. John Zeziger, District Superintendent.
The Superintendent's Award is given annually by the Superintendent of Schools. It is selected by committee and presented to a senior who shows exceptional growth and maturity over the course of their high school career. I am proud to recognize the recipient of the Superintendent's Award, Trey Lyon.
Thank you, Dr. Zeziger. Presenting the Wasilko Penn State Trustee Scholarships is Mrs. Elsie Harchak, District Business Manager.
The Wasilko Penn State Trustee Scholarships are endowed by Peter Wasilko, a 1947 graduate of Bigler Township High School. Mr. Wasilko earned an accounting degree from Penn State and was an accomplished professional musician. Mr. Wasilko has endowed a total of 7 scholarships for students enrolled at Pennsylvania State University. The scholarships are managed and awarded by the Pennsylvania State University's Office of Student Aid and are specifically designed to recognize and support talented students from the Moshannon Valley Junior-Senior High School in their quest for advanced education. Students awarded these scholarships as incoming freshman students at Penn State have the opportunity to extend the financial contributions of the generosity of Mr. Wasilko through their continued progress and achievement in the curriculum they choose to study at Penn State. Due to Penn State moving back their acceptance date, we do not have current information regarding the students from the class of 2021 that will be receiving any of these awards, but we would like to recognize the former students currently receiving these scholarships. Owen Campbell, 2018, and Melissa English, 2005, Peter Wasilko, Penn State trustee. Olivia Dipko, 2018, Luther Harlow, 2014, Mackenzie McCoy, 2019, and Josephine Wilt, 2013, John and Anna Wasilko Memorial Trustee. Aubrey Dotz, 2020, and Emma Kitko, 2019, Sergeant Nick Wasilko Memorial. Mackenzie Kitko, 2014, Carly Kitko, 2014, and Logan Morarick, Wasilko Memorial. Abby Butler, 2016, and Reese Harlow, 2017, Michael Wasilko Memorial. Micah Delatry, 2019, and Michaela Kitko, 2018, the Evelyn Wasilko Chronister Memorial. Paige TC, 2019, and Israel Tucker, 2017, Wasilko family. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Harchak. Presenting the William J. Joey Ellis Scholarship, Mr. William Ellis. Mr. Ellis is the father of the late Joey Ellis and also serves as the vicar for the Holy Trinity Episcopal Church of Houtsdale.
The William J. Joey Ellis Scholarship is given in memory of our son Joey, a graduate of the class of 1994. This scholarship is endowed by Mr. and Mrs. Hunter McClelland. Joey was enrolled in the industrial safety science field at Indiana University of Pennsylvania, but lost his life as a result of a car accident while traveling home from an internship at Allegheny County Airport on September 11, 2001, following the terrorist attacks. He was awarded his Bachelor of Science degree in Safety Sciences posthumously by the university. This scholarship is given to a student that is pursuing some sort of post-secondary education and has a high level of school-related and community involvement. It's my pleasure to announce the recipient of the William J. Joey Ellis Scholarship as Jaden Coder.
Thank you, Mr. Ellis. Presenting the W.O. Gobranson Lutheran Scholarship is Pastor Christine Rowe, pastor of the Faith United Lutheran Church of Houtsdale.
The W.O. Gulbranson Lutheran Scholarship is presented in memory of William O. Gulbranson, a local mine owner that operated the Brookside Shaft Tipple Mine in Moran, and given by the Faith United Lutheran Church of Houtzdale and presented annually to a church member's child or relatives of church members. This award has been presented annually since 1971. The recipients of the W.O. Gulbranson Lutheran Scholarship are Alyssa Anderson, Leah Anderson, Carrie Bailey, Mara Barnhart, Nathan Bloom, Jenna Bowman, Sydney Bubb, Jaden Coder, Kaylee Fleck, Lacey French, Tabitha Gallagher, Daphne Nevling, Bridget Piedmo, Harley Powell, Casey Ream, Jonna Schmiel, Grace Spencer, Joseph Spawak, Alora Staley, Abigail Wilson, and Aaron Wonderling.
Thank you, Pastor Rowe. Presenting the Zazworsky Penn State Trustee Scholarships is Mrs. Nicole Wonderling. Mrs. Wonderling is the niece of Dave and Jane Zazworsky, a 1988 graduate and valedictorian of Moshannon Valley Junior Senior High School, and employed at the Materials Research Institute of the Penn State University, managing the state-of-the-art research facility in the field of X-ray diffraction.
The Zazworsky Penn State Trustee Scholarships were endowed in 2006 by David Zazworsky, a 1954 graduate of Moshannon Joint High School, and Jane Beck Zazworsky, a 1963 graduate of Moshannon Valley High School. Mr. and Mrs. Zazworsky established the scholarships in honor of Frank and Anna Zazworsky, Nellie Ann Zazworsky, David and Jane Zazworsky, and Gilbert Sr. and Grace Beck. The scholarships are managed and awarded by the Pennsylvania State University's Office of Student Aid. The Zazworsky Trustee Scholarships are specifically designed to recognize and support talented students from the Moshannon Valley Junior Senior High School in their quest for advanced education. Students awarded these scholarships as incoming freshman students at Penn State have the opportunity to extend the financial contributions of the generosity of Mr. and Mrs. Zazworsky over the course of their education through the continued progress and achievement in the curriculum they choose to study at Penn State. Due to Penn State moving back their acceptance date, we do not have current information regarding students from the class of 2021 that will be receiving any of these awards. We would like to recognize the former students currently receiving these scholarships. Kaylee Dutry, 2018, Gilbert R. and Grace R. Beck Memorial Trustee Scholarship. Emily Harsenchuk, 2017, Frank and Anna Zazworsky Memorial Trustee Scholarship. Caleb Woodring, 2018, Nellie Ann Zazworsky Trustee Scholarship. And Robert Reed, 2018, David E. and Jane A. Zazworsky Trustee Scholarship.
Thank you, Mrs. Wonderling, and thank you to all of our scholarship presenters that were able to join us tonight. We will conclude tonight's ceremony by presenting our principals list, which recognizes the following students for their academic standing for the 2020-21 school year. The students have maintained a grade point average that places them in the top 10 of their respective classes. Students will be recognized in ascending order, starting with 10th place within their individual grade. 7th grade, 10th place, Lacey Latosky. 9th place, Alexis Clarkson. 8th place, Caden Mills. 7th place, Joey Woodring. 6th place, Lydia Greenewalt. 5th place, Marley Reese. 4th place, Jeremiah Sidoric. 3rd place, Andrew Waslowski III. 2nd place, Valent Cervenak. And the student with the top grade point average in 7th grade, Samuel Taylor. 8th grade, 10th place, Abigail Reefer. 9th place, Brooke Mahalko. 8th place, Alexis Passmore. 7th place, Sayla Ray Perea. 6th place, Kyle Merrick. 5th place, Darius Hensel. 4th place, Madison McCoy. 3rd place, Carter Berg. 2nd place, Paige Dillon. And the student with the top academic grade point average in 8th grade, Abigail Caldwell. 9th grade, 10th place, Julie Cahoot. 9th place, Carly Sage. 8th place, Ella Berg. 7th place, Kate Fox. 6th place, Olivia Williams. Tied for 4th place, Angelina Dong and Oscar Lynn. 3rd place, Rebecca Kiner. 2nd place, Regis Spiewak. And the student with the top academic grade point average in 9th grade, Riley Wharton. 10th grade, 10th place, Gabriella Moore. 9th place, Janae Schimmel. 8th place, Gavin Dunlap. 7th place, Lance Morgan. 6th place, Mason Phillips. 5th place, Madison Mills. 4th place, Zachary Dolan. 3rd place, Mackenzie Daniel. 2nd place, Cassie Travis. And the student with the top academic grade point average in 10th grade, Zachary Witherow. 11th grade, Emily Muraski. 10th place. 9th place, Tiffany Vanish. 8th place, Justice Hurtland. 7th place, Ethan Webb. 6th place, Michael Kitko. 5th place, Melina Templeton. 4th place, Hannah Campbell. 3rd place, Sarah Caldwell. 2nd place, Rochelle Greenewalt. And the student with the top academic grade point average in 11th grade, Sarah McClelland. 12th grade, 10th place, Lauren Beck. 9th place, Daphne Nevling. 8th place, Mara Barnhart. 7th place, Grace Spencer. 6th place, Leah Anderson. 5th place, Sydney Bubb. 4th place, Kaylee Fleck. 3rd place, Jonna Smeal. The salutatorian for the class of 2021, Bridget Piedmo. And the valedictorian for the class of 2021, Tabitha Gallagher. That concludes tonight's ceremony. Again, congratulations to our students on their academic achievement, parents and family members for your continued support of education at Moshannon Valley. Thank you.